All right, so here's another wonderful little plant that's a common weed all over the United States. This is shepherd's purse. I did not plant this shepherd's purse, but it sort of took over this bed, and I said, great, be a shepherd's purse bed. And so we're using it, and we'll harvest this probably shortly after this video because it's ready to go. Shepherd's purse, let me show you the base of it. So this is the whole plant. You see the leaves are not unlike a dandelion leaf, and they have the same sort of structure almost, mostly on the bottom. And then it gets these long stems, and these little seed pods here are the purses, right? That's the little shepherd's purse. And each of those seed pods will have, you know, a bazillion little seeds in it. They're like dust, like little red bitty bits of dust. So it's very, very easy to propagate, as you can see from this bed where we didn't plant it at all. So what are the properties? Well, it's got some diuretic properties, so it makes you pee more, right? So that's can be useful for bladder infections and gout and things like that. It has a lot of vitamins in it, so that's great too. It's an edible plant. You can eat it. I have a student that was alive during the Depression, and she said they ate a lot of shepherd's purse to supplement their diet during that time. The principal use for shepherd's purse that most people talk about is for bleeding, for stopping bleeding. And there's several herbs that stop bleeding, but shepherd's purse does it in a way that's unique and kind of wonderful. You know, a lot of people use yarrow for bleeding, but yarrow is a vasoconstrictor, so it tightens up the blood vessels and closes them, right, that are bleeding. And that's how it slows the bleeding. Shepherd's purse works by improving the clotting function of the body, accelerating those clotting cascades. And so that's really great. And in fact, using a combination of yarrow and shepherd's purse is a really good idea because then you get, you know, both functions. But either one by itself will work topically or internally for bleeding, and they're very effective. The only contraindication I would have on the bleeding for shepherd's purse would be in midwifery. If you have a woman who you think is going to bleed, don't give her shepherd's purse ahead of time. You know, don't give it as a preventative or a prophylactic or to have it on board, you know, right before you think the bleed's going to happen. If you do that, then everything will be set up for the clotting, and as soon as she starts bleeding, she'll get a big blood clot in her uterus, and that's no fun. So you want to wait until, in a midwifery situation, wait till you actually have a bleeding issue and then give the shepherd's purse. You can give the yarrow a few minutes before if you want, but I wouldn't do the shepherd's purse for that reason. But it is very useful in midwifery for postpartum hemorrhage or any other kind of bleeding. Really a wonderful little plant. Super, super easy to grow because it is a pernicious weed, right? Like all the rest of the kids we're talking about today. Let me see if I can get one of these pods and see if the seeds are ready. Oh yeah, they are. So these are the seeds. And like I say, if they hit the dirt, they'll make a plant. So very easy to grow.